Hey guys, what's up? It's just Connor here. Hoping you're having an amazing day as per usual. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the formula or the equation to be successful in high ticket sales. Now, you're probably thinking, Connor, you've already recorded a video exactly like this with the same title or somewhat similar a couple of months ago. And you would be right. That is correct. That is true. I did. But I wanted to make a second follow-up video to that with a new reiterated version with a few things taken away, a few things added, but more importantly, a more, explain breakdown of the whole process in the system and how it actually works. But more importantly, more visually, so that heading into 2024, you're super clear, you have clarity, you have confidence on what you need to do to actually create the life that you want with high ticket sales, with this skill and making money online. Okay. So we're going to break this training down into 4 parts. First part being the philosophy. Second part is going to be the equation or the formula. Third part is the variables within that formula. And then the fourth part is little subcategories of different variables within the variables that all add up to the importance of the whole strategy. Okay. So without further ado, let's jump in. So the first thing that I want you to focus on is, like we talked about before, the overarching philosophy. Okay. Now, you guys would have heard me say this some time before in previous videos. I think I even have a whole video on it, on the 2 variables that you need for success in this industry. But it's literally just this: inputs equal outputs. Now, this is the overarching mindset that I want you to think about success within anything, but more particularly high ticket sales, right? Very simply, this is not rocket science. What you put in is what you get out, right? Very, very simple, very, very straightforward. What you put in is what you get out. First, you need to understand what your goal is, your output, right? What's the goal? What's the outcome you want to achieve? And then you need to work backwards. And so the inputs, if we're not achieving the output that's desired, we have to simply change either the frequency or the quality of the input, right? Super simple. That's how I want you guys to think about this strategy. So let's talk about the formula or the equation, right? Simply, all that it is the strategy plus the goal or outcomes effort, right? So I should do like 10K, right? Effort, right? Equals your output, right? Which is X amount of 1,000 per month, which is the income goal that you guys most likely have. So to work out these 2 things here, we need to first start over in the beginning of the equation. It's not at the start over here in the strategy. It actually begins here, because to figure out these 2 variables, we have to figure out where we're actually heading first, right? If we're just piloting a ship and we're just heading directly into the wasteland, into the just endless open sea, we're going to end up going nowhere. So we need to have a specific goal in mind. And I don't just mean, oh, I'd like to kind of make 10K a month. We have to get super specific on this, okay? From the vast majority of you, your goal is going to be 10K a month, the magical milestone that a lot of these marketers tell you that you need to earn. You don't need to earn this. You can earn less than this. In fact, a lot of people will be very happy, I know, with even 8K per month, right? Right. That's a significant pay increase for a lot of people, especially if you're working a lot less hours, working remotely, all that type of good stuff, right? And actually selling something you enjoy, right? So, first, we need to become clear on our outcome, our income goal, right? Whatever that is for you, become clear. Then we need to figure out, do we want to work part time or full time, right? Do we want to work flexible schedule, or do we want to work fixed, right? Probably the same F here, right? So don't worry about that. You want to work flexible or flex schedule? Is there a certain coach that we want to work for, right? Is there a certain niche that we want to work for? We have to get very clear on what these things are before we can work backwards, okay? So let's just focus on the income goal for now, and let's assume that you want to earn 10K per month. Now that we know that, we can work backwards and we can go basically the previous variables and start explaining why those matter and why those are so important. So let's take a look at the strategy. So the strategy simply is the things that you are doing on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to get to this outcome, right? So the inputs, essentially, right? Going to break these into, remember what we said before, the frequency and the quality. This is the quality, this is the frequency, right? Very simple. Now, the one last final thing that I forgot to add on this part here is that these two are multiplied by time. 1 second, the dog's barking. All right, I'm back. I had to close the door because the neighbor's dog is barking. So, my bad. I should have closed the door before filming. So, again, revisiting back here on the strategy. So, what we're looking for again is we need to have, if we have a 10K goal, a 10K income goal, we need to have a 10K strategy that matches it, right? Where a lot of you guys are probably failing right now is you have a $100 strategy and what I would call a $5 effort, right? You're doing this here, you're doing this here, right? What's the problem there? Well, if we use some common sense, it doesn't make much sense that if we have a 10K per month goal, well, we can't be giving a $100 strategy and a $5 effort. We need to have a 10K strategy and a 10K effort. This is where majority of people go wrong, right? $100 strategy consists of what, right? DMs, right? DMs of business owners, cold outreach, right? Looms. And the worst of all, if you do this ever, I will ban you from the RSA and I'll never work with you. And I'll make sure that if you get a job, that you lose it. Is I had a person the other week get on a sales call with me to join the RSA. And 30 minutes in, once we're all ready to go and he's about to get on board, he tells me, hey, I actually didn't want to buy anything. I just want to see if you have any jobs available. Do not ever fucking do that. Ever, ever, ever do that, right? I will, you will not go anywhere in this industry doing that. And in fact, you're going to piss off so many people. So do not ever book on a call with me expecting that you're going to get a job like that. That is the worst way to do it, especially waiting towards the end of the call where we're just finishing up pretending to wanting to be a client. Never, ever do that. So long story short, your strategy at the moment probably sucks, right? Because you don't have the right skills, right knowledge, the know-how. You need to swap this $100 strategy out for networking, right? What do we know about the statistics and the data of this and why it's so successful? 3,000 businesses were surveyed on how they hired people, and 75% of them hired through a trusted connection. Now, the most desirable companies, it was 95%, right? What does that tell you? Well, it tells you that networking is more efficient. You just need one trusted connection, one referral to land your dream gig. Now, if you guys understand this, if you have 50 to 100 of your dream top companies, right? Chances are, if you network and connect with 1 to 3 employees inside of those companies, you have a very, very high chance of getting to this desired income goal because one of these companies, if you've done your research correctly, should enable you to make that type of money, right? So, anyways, moving forward. So, we need to get a better strategy. We need to have a 10K strategy, plus we need to have a 10K effort. Let me talk about that. 10K effort, right? A lot of people think that sending out 5 messages a day, even if that, I'm not even going to bother to try and do this, 5 messages a day, right? They think that is all that's required to earn 10K a month. Absolutely not, right? You need to have a solid, better strategy where you know exactly what you need to input in the system to get the result that you're looking for. And I can guarantee you it's not 5 messages a day and it's not the weak little one loom a week that is going to get you where you want to go. You need to put thought, you need to put effort, right, into the strategy so that you make the money. First off, it needs to be the right strategy. But a lot of you, well, even if you get the right strategy, you will not put in the right amount of effort, right? So that's the second thing and the second variable we need to focus on. The last variable is time, right? Now, why is time so important? Most people, they come in this industry and they come in here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, even if they last that long. And they'll go through and let's say that they work with the wrong like coach, mentor, and get the wrong training, which majority do. What they'll do, no results month 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're about to get it at month 5, and then they quit, right? That's typically what happens. Whereas if you work with someone like myself in the RSA, I had a student that literally came from a competitor's program. He spent, I think it was I think it was $6,000, somewhere in that range. Took another risk, leap of faith, worked with me, and in literally less than not months, but 2 weeks, he's quitting his 9 to 5. How? Because he knows the right strategy, he has the right mindset, and he has the right effort, right? Now, look, for vast majority of students, they get it in month 1 or month 2, right? Rather than waiting to 3 and 4, most people get their dream role in the first 30 to 60 days if they do things correctly. If they put in the effort where required. I've seen guys get more interviews than they know what to do with multi 7-figure, 8-figure companies sometimes. And I can guarantee you, a lot of you watching this are dreaming of being able to do that. Guys inside the RSA are doing that on a daily, weekly, and a monthly basis. And it's literally by having the right strategy, having the right effort, but doing it for enough time, right? A big thing that a lot of you guys really mess up here is, again, you do it. You maybe even if you have the right strategy, if you don't implement it for enough time, let's say you do it for 1 to 2, 3 weeks and you get 0 results, you just completely just throw in the throw a tanning and just like quit. Well, obviously you're not going to get results. You need to do this strategy for a long enough time and put enough effort for a long enough time. Most people give up way too soon, and that's why they don't get the success that they actually look for. Get that dream 10K a month that a lot of you guys desire. Okay. So that is the full equation and what you guys should be doing and what you guys should be focusing on. Couple skills that you need to be focusing on within this within this strategy tree here of having a 10K strategy. To have a 10K strategy, you need a few certain skills to do that, right? So let's list them off. 1, you need to obviously be somewhat decent at sales to achieve this. Now, look, I've got guys who aren't very fresh at sales who hit that 10, even 12K a month last month, right? He knows that the offer is really good and he knows that he's got to improve on sales. So he's going to be working with me one-on-one in the very near future, right? So you need to be good at sales. That's one thing. Number 2, you need to become good at networking. Why? Because this is how you get in front of the companies that you want to work for, your dream companies that will pay you the money that you actually want, right? To get you to that 10K a month, you have to have an opportunity that's going to enable you to do that, right? And to do that, to generate interviews, to generate sales calls for your business, basically, you have to have a good networking strategy. That's another skill. Another skill on top of that is your interviewing skills, right? How good are you at interviewing? A lot of people get into a training program that have a 10 to 12 minute video there saying, show up on time, do a little bit of research on the company, right? And then they fall flat on their face, right? My guys inside the RSA watch the trainings that I have set out for them, very advanced, by the way. It's probably about like 35 to 40 minutes on interviewing alone, probably even more, I think, 50 minutes. And the trainings go very in depth of everything that you need to be equipped to be successful in these interviews. You guys got to think and understand and comprehend is that the interview in the whole entire process is your sales call for your business. If you cannot close, if you cannot interview well, you cannot get to this point here, right? Hence, having a 10K strategy, right? That's what we're talking about. And then the final skill that absolutely nobody talks about that is the worst 4 I've seen in my life. Number 4 is screening, right? You guys have probably never even heard of this word because the marketers that you guys are looking at haven't been doing this for years, right? You need to be asking the right questions, know what the red flags are to look for, the green flags to look for, so that you can work with your dream company. If you just blindly take any job offer that you see, you will struggle and you will end up what's called the broke closer cycle. I have a video on this. Go watch it if you haven't seen already after this video. But you end up what's called in the broke closer cycle. I don't want you to be there, my friend, because you can be there for 1 month up to 12 months, right? Depending on the severity of the indoctrination that you've had inside the offer, how close you are with the business owner, the founder, and how naive and how new you are. I have been in this space, right? You don't want to be in this space. You want to have all these skills. If you are missing one of these 4 skills, you're going to really struggle, right? You need to make sure that you have all of these 4 skills to be successful and complete the full loop of having a 10K strategy. And like I mentioned before, guys, again, having that accountability here is really, really important of putting in the right effort that's required. Now, even to that point as well, you need to know like what is the effort that's required, right? What do you have to be doing? It needs to be a lot more simple for you. A lot of you guys are putting out some effort and you don't really know if it's actually what is needed to get to where you want to go. I can help you with that, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the equation for success in high ticket sales. Hopefully that somewhat simplifies it for you. I know it's a bit messy, but hopefully you guys enjoyed more of this visual type setting of video. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to smash the like button and subscribe. Majority of you watching my videos aren't subscribed. So I'd love to welcome you to the team, and ideally try and get to 1,000 subscribers by end of year. Probably not going to reach that, but that's my goal. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, guys, and you want to get this formula, you want to get all the missing pieces, all the moving pieces that you need to be successful to hit this 10K per month, well, then click on the link but down below. There's a link to book in a call. It's in the description or in the bio of my YouTube channel. Or if you want to have a conversation before booking a call, feel free to send me a message on my Instagram, which is literally my first name and my last name. You guys are getting a world-class drawing presentation here today. Healy underscore on IG, right? And so feel free to send me a message there because, yeah, if you're not implementing this heading into 2024, you just don't want to be successful in this industry, and not in the short term, but also in the longer term. And I know if you're watching this, you probably want to hit that magic 10K per month, as most do in the online space. I'm here to tell you it's possible. You can do it in much shorter time frame than you actually believe, and it is real. It is achievable. I've done it. Many other guys are doing it. I can teach you. I can show you how to do it heading into 2024. So with that said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed this type of format, comment down below. I can make more of these visual, structural, practical videos. I actually quite enjoy doing them. I've got the iPad here. I can be a little bit more accurate with my drawings rather than these crazy scribbles here like a toddler. But yeah, if you enjoy this type of setting of video, please let me know. I'm more than happy to continue making them. So without continuing on any further, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you very soon.